Combos.
What?
Combos.
Hold on a minute, player.
Why? What's wrong? We just talking about combos. Hold on, bro. Why you making that face? You don't like combos?
Shut the fuck. Shut. Did I say no? Oh shit. Say it again. Say something else.
Wait a minute, sir. That disrespect is kind of passionate.
I'm telling you.
Shut your ass up.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. That one kind of hurt.
Move this man.
Hey, that ain't even necessary. Okay, I get it. Combos are a very polarizing topic. Either you hate them and want to see them removed altogether, or you hate them but you can kind of see some potential. For the sake of this video, we are going to attempt to see the potential in the combo feature. By the way, shout out Big Righteous, man. This guy does God's work when it comes to the combos. I ain't gonna lie, he be having some of them joints looking a little swaggy, but of course that's just my take on it, man. Y'all go check out his channel. My guy be cooking when it comes to the movesets, for real. So if that sounds like something you into, man, bless him with a subscribe and a thumbs up. Show him some love. But anyway, with that being said, WGC, let's work. When it comes to combos, if we're keeping it all the way solid, it's one of those features that I'm not very fond of. At least not in its current state. And here are a few reasons why. Aesthetically, they are highly inaccurate from a pro wrestling perspective. They come off as way too choppy, most don't really have a natural flow, and they only really take into consideration one position. These things just make them feel kind of out of place. And this is not to say that combos don't belong in a wrestling game, it's just that 2K's take on it doesn't really represent professional wrestling, which is one of the main reasons why I feel like it doesn't resonate with the wrestling games community. It's arcadey to a fault. That would probably be the best way to describe it. And not to mention, far too intrusive, which is probably my biggest issue with the feature. Combos are heavily tied to some gameplay features that I'm not very fond of. Things like the breaker feature, the stun meter, the block mechanic, all of these have ties to the combo feature, which kind of makes it a feature that is guilty by association. And to add insult to injury, it kind of feels like one of those features where the dev team tried to make pro wrestling fit inside of it instead of making it fit inside of pro wrestling, if that makes sense. So now that I've pretty much spoken on the issues that I have with this feature, let's switch it up and see if we can come up with a solution. Because we have to operate under the premise that it's not going anywhere. So what are some ways that 2K and VC can help that portion of the fan base that are not fond of this feature at least somewhat peacefully coexist with the combo system? Well, first and foremost, in terms of making the combo feature itself more pro wrestling friendly, the first piece of advice I can offer to the dev team is to simply slow down. You have to approach this feature from a pro wrestling perspective. And in the world of pro wrestling, selling is just as important as the move you are attempting. So when I say slow down, it's not just about the speed of the attack, but more so giving your opponent a chance to properly sell the move, especially when it comes to strikes. This can not only allow for much better hit and collision detection, but it will also give the dev team a chance to kind of smooth out those rough animations, the ones that kind of look like they're missing frames. But to take things a little bit deeper, two major things slowing things down just a little bit could help them achieve is, one, it would allow them to implement a skill-based reversal system. Because let's keep it all the way solid, for those of us who actually are not fond of the combo feature, the breaker system is a big reason why. I don't feel like a chance-based guessing game is probably the optimal choice for a reversal system. I would much rather have the current timing-based reversal system as opposed to what we have now. Now, I'm not saying they have to completely scrap the breaker system, because truth be told, there are some people out there who actually like this system, or they're at least okay with it. All I'm saying is give us a choice. But regardless of how you feel about the breaker system, the fact still remains true that by slowing things down a bit, it would allow them to add reversal windows between combo strings. This would give those who prefer something a little more skill-based something to work with. Moving on to the other thing that slowing things down a bit will allow them to do is create a lot more versatility by breaking up some of the more long-winded animations and create authentic level changes within combos, offering a lot more offensive variety. Because like I mentioned earlier, combos only account for one position, and that is standing. But wrestling combos, whether you want to call them combos or offensive sequences, are a lot more versatile than what is currently represented in the series. Looking at the anatomy of a basic WWE 2K24 combo, it consists of a series of strikes followed by a combo ender. The only time a level change occurs is dependent on the ender that was used. Other than that, is basically just standing strikes. Personally, I would love to see level changes occur in between strikes. For example, a basic combo flow is something like elbow, elbow, leg kick into a dropkick combo ender. What if instead we could do something like a chop, follow it up with a toe kick that would drop your opponent to their knees. From there, you could follow up with a big boot that would knock them on their back, leaving them lying face up. And then finally hitting them with an elbow drop as the combo finisher. So as you can see, just off this one combo alone, we progressed through 3 levels. From standing to kneeling, and then from kneeling to laying face up. So this was basically just to paint a picture to show you guys like how you could get some crazy range just by expanding the levels. Because theoretically now they could introduce kneeling, sitting, and grounded position offense into the combo system. Another advantage of expanding the attack levels is that it takes the restraints off of grapples. In its current state, any grapple move done during a combo ends the combo effectively. But with levels, you could essentially perform a grapple move mid-combo and still continue the combo. For example, a simple combo could be something like a right hand into a scoop slam, a stomp, and then the combo ender being a rebound leg drop. Another thing I want to point out too, and I mentioned this earlier, but there are a lot of long drawn out grapple animations that need to be broken apart. This would help out the combo system in a sense that it would allow more opportunities for level transitions, giving the dev team a chance to add in a lot more reversal windows and creating more of a balance between offense and defense. But perhaps what I'm more excited for is the potential of having more control over combos. And not just from a functional in-ring perspective, but actually being able to go into our movesets and maybe even piece together our own combos. For example, I think there's an animation that actually includes like a snapmare into a soccer ball kick and into a standing moonsault. Imagine if they broke this up into 3 separate parts and then allow us to edit the parts via our movesets. So for example, we could keep the snapmare as a level switch move to transition our opponent into the sitting position. But what if we wanted to change the soccer kick into a sitting super kick, and instead of the standing moonsault, we opt for a senton? Like really, if you think about it, man, the possibilities and the dimensions that you can get from this is crazy. But y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think about this. Do you prefer the simplicity of the prepackaged and animation heavy combo system that is currently in place? Or would you prefer to craft your own combos and sequences? Personally, I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this. Another creative use I would love to see come from the combo system is positioning. Being able to use combos to push your opponent in certain directions and into the environment would be very useful. If you guys know me, you know I'm all for having more functional ways to achieve desired positioning. So imagine being able to pull off a combo sequence that would drive your opponent towards the ropes or towards the turnbuckle. And then to make things better, your combo ender would actually make them interact with the environment in some way. So imagine somebody like The Rock performing his standard strike combo, and then his combo ender would either knock them back into the corner turnbuckle, or if you aimed it towards the ropes, it would send them flying over the ropes into the outside. This would just be another cool way to help aid in positioning your opponents where you want them. And also it speaks to the video I did a couple weeks back about ring geography. Bottom line, I feel like approaching this feature more so from a professional wrestling standpoint instead of one of a fighting game would allow them to fine tune and smooth out a lot of animations so things won't look so snappy. And just by slowing things down and scaling back on the animation heavy move sequences, they could offer players a level of customization and versatility that will honestly exceed expectations. Anytime you have the opportunity to give players more control within the feature, it is going to be appreciated more often than not. But that's just my take on it, man. WGC, let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about the combo system, and what are some fixings and improvements that you would like to see come to this system? Or do you just like it simply the way it is? That's one thing I love about this community, man. We are not all of one mind, so we don't all have to think alike. But as I said, the floor is yours. As always, I truly appreciate you guys for coming and checking out the content, man. Y'all don't know how much that means to me. And of course, if you do rock with the content, man, leave a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you have not already, and also share the videos. But anyway, love y'all. All glory to God. Remember to try to be a blessing to somebody. Later, WGC. Yeet.